when you think of Erickson Lubin, does the term special talent like come to mind? I'm a little confused on that because when I look at him, I look at his resume and I think to myself, all right, 24-1 with 17 KOs. I was there ringside covering when he got put on his ass by Jermell Charlo in the Barclays Center. Here, I'll show you the clip. Let's go back down memory lane. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight View 360. Follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy and on Instagram at T Street Controversy. The links to my social media are right down below in the description box. So this was, when was this fight? Let's see. Wow, 4+ years ago. 2017, October. First round KO. And it was brutal too. Now, we're going to jump into it and then talk about the undercard as well. This weekend, Erickson Lubin is going to be taking on Sebastian Fundora in a final. It's supposed to be the final one, but I'm pretty sure there was 2 others before this. But hey, this is supposed to be a final eliminator to be the mandatory, WBC mandatory for the winner of Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano 2. That's supposed to be happening, what, May the 14th. It's not guaranteeing that after this fight, if Lubin beats Fundora, that the winner of that is going to get their title shot next. We'll talk about it, but let's go back down memory lane. Now, this can pretty much happen to anybody, you know, any fighter, you know, but man, look, you know, 30 seconds left in the round. And he right into it, boom. Right into it. Let me play it through in real time.
Of course, his hammer, but 11 of his knockouts. Oh! Charlo just dropped Lubin!
He was in bad shape. He was in bad shape. But since then, you know, they went back to the drawing board and started rebuilding him. After that, Ishe Smith was long in the tooth. He had a comeback fight against a Severo Ortiz just to, you know, like get some confidence back in him. Then fought Ishe Smith, build the confidence back up. Zachary Atu, I believe one of the Charlos may have fought him before in the past as well. Nathaniel Gallimore. And then he fought, you know, Terrell Goucher just last week, a couple of weeks ago, fought Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu also in this unofficial 154-pound tournament that we're going to talk about. By the way, did I say that this card is taking place April the 9th on Showtime, Championship Boxing at 9 p.m. Eastern? I believe it's before the event is going to be the second episode of Spence versus Ugas All Access, episode 2. That card is going to be next week. Terrell Goucher, and then the big one, which was supposed to be like, all right, we're going to move you up a little bit more. Put you in there with a unified champion in Jason Rosario, former unified champion in Jason Rosario. And guess what? He knocked out Jason Rosario via body shot. Jason Rosario had lost 2 straight fights via body shot. Let's go down memory lane one more time. This is the ending to the fight. Now, even though he did get the stoppage, Erickson Lubin did have to go through some issues himself to get there. You know, this wasn't supposed to be a fight that was supposed to be easy for him. And Jason Rosario is now, I call him Jelly Belly if you want me to really be honest. But now fighting Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno, and let's see how tall he's going to be this week. Every time he fight, oh, you know, Sebastian Fundora 6'9". Oh, he's 6'5". He's 6'7". You know, every single fight, his height is different. You know, 18-0-1 with 12 KOs. Both of these fighters, here's the thing. In my personal opinion, Erickson Lubin is the better overall fighter. But going back to what I was saying, when you look at a guy that's supposed to be like special talent, you know, guys where they say Boots Ennis is a special talent. Shakur Stevenson, special talent. Tank Davis, a special talent. Guys like David Benavidez, a special talent. I don't really see either of these guys being right there. Lubin kinda, but that knockout did, you know, like set him back. He's 26 years old. It's time to start getting on the move. And as you can see, it hasn't been a progression in the fighters he's fighting. But when I match him up against the top guys, again, he's already been knocked out at 154. He's already been knocked out by Charlo. You know, and I don't think he'll be able to withstand the pressure of a Brian Castano. You know, I do think that maybe, you know, he'll be able to give Tim Tszyu some problems. and possibly beat Tim Tszyu. Looking at the 155-pound division as a whole, this unofficial tournament I'm talking about, Tim Tszyu had defeated Terrell Goucher, so he's the WBO mandatory. But my theory is that Tim Tszyu is going to fight the winner of Tony Harrison, who's also on this card, versus Sergio Garcia, who Sebastian Fundora defeated and was the biggest win of Sebastian Fundora's career. Now, one thing about this Tony Harrison-Sergio Garcia fight, it's a crossroads for both of these fighters, but more Tony Harrison. Now, it must be pointed out, he did lose his father. You know, condolences. 28-3-1 with 21 KOs. Many fans, from what I've been researching, felt that he should have lost that fight that he had last April against Brian Perella. Before that, the loss to Jermell Charlo in the heated rematch. But we'll see, because if there's any fight that Tony Harrison needs to win, it's this one. And one thing about Sergio Garcia is he can box and he's busy. He was giving Sebastian Fundora problems, but Sebastian Fundora's height and reach had Sergio Garcia smothering a lot of his punches during that card. What card was this on? I forgot. Wasn't it on Tank Davis, Isaac Cruz? Was that the card that was supposed to be Tank versus Rolly? The card's going to open up with Kevin Zambrano. I don't think I've ever seen him fight before. I probably have. 24 years old, against Brian Perella, the guy that many felt should have beat Tony Harrison. So overall, 9 p.m. Eastern on Showtime this Saturday, April the 9th, is a very good card. And remember, that's a busy day, because early in the morning, starting at 5:10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to have the card with Gennady Golovkin taking on Ryota Murata. You know, and that undercard I'm interested in as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of boxing this week. And then what else? You got Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel Tagoe, Gabriel Rosado versus Shane Mosley Jr., Marlon Esparza returns, possibly Patrick Teixeira. That's going to be on the Zone, also airing the same time as this Lubin card. And then on ESPN, you're going to have the return of Michaela Mayer taking on a Jennifer Hahn. But we're here to talk about Lubin. I'm just not sure about him. You know, when I match him up against the top guys, you know, for example, you know, the way from my understanding it's supposed to work is Bakhram Murtazaliev, if Charlo Castaño don't move up and they don't have a third fight, I don't think they'll be able to without an interim. Murtazaliev has been taking a lot of step aside money. He is next. Then after that, the next mandatory is Tim Tszyu, if he still holds on to a shot. Then after that, Erickson Lubin, Fundora winner. So there's still time before Erickson Lubin or Fundora, whoever wins that, gets their title shot. So in the meantime, they must maintain staying busy. And you got to think, guys like Tim Tszyu, Murtazaliev, and the winner of Lubin versus Fundora, they're likely not going to fight each other because they already have their golden ticket to possibly 4 belts. So, you know, I can't really confidently believe that Lubin and Murtazaliev will really fight each other, or Lubin and Tim Tszyu, or whoever will win between Fundora, whoever. I guess you can see I'm kind of rooting against, unfortunately, Sebastian Fundora. Not rooting against him, but I just don't think that, I think that if Erickson Lubin boxes smart and actually boxes, and Fundora with that large frame of his has some issues protecting the body, and Lubin knocked out Jason Rosario to the body and has been known throughout what we've seen in his career so far that he can be a pretty competent body puncher. But overall, I'm looking forward to the card. I hope I ain't miss any points. Right now, I'm surprised to see that when I looked at the Showtime boxing page or Showtime Sports, that there's nothing on there, you know, for the fight this week. I don't even remember if they had a press conference. I think they did have a virtual press conference, but I missed it. I'm pretty sure they had a virtual press conference, but I missed it. But either way, outside of Golovkin card, you know, because of Golovkin Murata, the possibility that Golovkin can lose, like, this is the card for me. Like, I'm hyped. You know, and right now, this is a crossroads fight for Erickson Lubin. If he's going to win and he wants to start getting back to what people are looking at as like, okay, that Charlo shit, you can't really call it a fluke because he did get knocked out. But if he decisively, you know, dismantles Sebastian Fundora, then he'll start creeping up again toward being like yo, Erickson Lubin, like, yo, he's that special talent. But right now, he's supposed to be like that fringe contender prospect that everyone's supposed to be looking out for. Because when we talk about it, realistically, who is it? It's just Lubin. And I'm talking about the guy at 154. People are being told, like, look out for him. It's Lubin, Tim Tszyu. And I'm talking about in the top 5 or so. Madrimov, but that Sorrow fight, he kind of lost some momentum. You know? Let me guys know what you think about Erickson Lubin down below. Like, if he is, you know, can he beat Charlo in a rematch if they was to fight? You know, I don't think so. You know, can he beat Castano? And, you know, what do you think his cap is? Like, do you think he can get a vacant belt? You know, is he one of them type of fighters that he'll be able to get a vacant belt and hold it for a couple of fights, and then maybe if he step up in competition again, he'll lose? I don't know, but, you know, I'm interested because Erickson Lubin, you know, he definitely needs this win at this point in time in his career. He needs to look good doing it. On T Street Controversy, this is Fight View 360. Very, very busy week. Take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy and on Instagram at T Street Controversy.